Do you guys keep up with maintenance on your CO2 lasers? Are you aware that that can really affect the consistency of your products and your production, and could be causing problems that you may think have to do with your settings or your power or your material? What's up, cupcakes? I'm Nick, and this is Build Dad Build. And today we're gonna talk about how to maintain this bad boy. Some things to note: I will be working on the 4024 today. These maintenance steps should be similar for all AP CO2 lasers and similar for most CO2 lasers. One caveat to note is that when aligning the laser beam, there is a different process with the newer AP laser models, and I'm not familiar with that yet. I've seen the new models in operation, but I have not had a chance to align one yet. First thing you should be doing on a regular basis, and I'm really bad about this, is cleaning your laser. It was dirty. Don't be like Nick. A good rule of thumb is to just wipe your machine down once a day. And I just mean the outside, just get the schmutz off. First thing we're gonna do is open the back up. Just take a look. We get some light over here. Always make sure to check your coolant reservoir. Mine was a little low, so I did add some distilled water to it. It's gonna look a little different than probably some of your guys because this does have some antifreeze in it. It honestly probably doesn't need antifreeze in it anymore, but when I originally had it in the shop wasn't insulated, so I wanted to make sure that everything was not gonna freeze. So two things you wanna do. One, you wanna make sure that you don't have sediment on the bottom of your reservoir, which I didn't have any. And two, you wanna make sure that the reservoir is filled up over the pump, that black dealie in there. So this is something that I did the other day when I had it all pulled out. I apologize that I can't get in here better to show it to you. I think you can see it good enough there. Next, you just wanna take a look in the back. Make sure it's clean. Make sure your tube looks okay. A lot of times just dust and dirt and stuff get in here, and I feel like people don't look in the back of their lasers as much as they should. Also, I love this. This is just a little light. Turn it on, but it's magnetic. Especially when you get into more commercial lasers, they're made out of metal. So you can just stick this to it. Also comes with a stand, so if it's not magnetic, you can stick it on here and just move it around. It's kind of nice, especially when doing stuff like this. I'll link this down below. Just something I picked up on the Zon. Next, we're going to test the tension of our belt. This is where I think I'm having a problem right now. This is kind of hard to explain the actual amount of tension. When you pinch these together, you should start getting tension as you come in there. If you could just push them together, then you're going to need to tighten that up a little bit. So this is kind of a perfect example right here. This, when I feel that, the tension's pretty good on there. The belt on the left, when I pinch this, there's nothing there. Like, it goes straight together. We're definitely gonna need to tension this belt a little bit. This one, the one on the right feels fine for now. And I can tell you right now, the belt on the gantry is super loose. See how there's just nothing there? Uzi 9mm. No. Allen wrench 3mm. Okay, these two screws right here are the ones that are gonna adjust the tension of the belt, but there's two screws underneath here. See if I can show you. These guys right here, these are the ones that are gonna lock this in place. So you need to loosen these guys first before you mess with these. Okay, so you just tighten these right here. You're gonna turn them to the right, and a little goes a long way. When testing tension, I find it best to have the gantry all the way to one end or the other, and then you just kind of give it a little love. And then I just kind of feel if they both feel the same. If you over tighten, you'll feel it in the belt. The gantry should still move freely with your hand. So now we're just gonna tighten these guys down here, lock that in, and remember to turn it the right way. All right. That feels good. Process on the top is going to be similar, except the screws are on the top for this one. So these are easier to loosen. When I say the screws to the top, the lock screws. Now we're gonna tighten. Okay, it feels good. That might need a little tweaking, but we'll see. All right, that already feels better. And then I just take it for a ride around to make sure that it looks like it's going consistently when I move it. All right. Now let's get those rails lubed. This is something that a lot of people neglect just because you don't think about it. But this rail can get nice and gooey, and you can get buildup of stiff on it just from, sediment in the air and everything. Mine's fairly clean because I just wiped down the machine, but you just want to come in here, wipe out the rails. And then one thing I absolutely love is one of these guys. So much better than compressed air. And so this is just kind of a fan. It's got 3 settings, maybe. Are we out? We out of juice? We out of juice, man. Luckily I have a second one. All right, so be prepared, right? So this just blows air, but it's just more cost effective than buying cans of compressed air, if you go through them like I do. So I'm just gonna come in and blow everything off. So I'm just using a little 3-in-1 oil. If you got a laser from AP Laser, you should have come with a little toolbox. You should have some oil in there. And then all I'm gonna do is put like a decent amount of oil on my rag, come in here, run it on either side of the rail and on the top, both sides. And then I just move the laser head by hand. Kind of want to just move it back and forth. And then I just kind of make sure there's no excess. But you don't really need a whole lot of oil to begin with. So I would start with less and add more if you think you need it. It just needs to be able to travel well. Next, we're gonna check laser alignment. Just gonna come in here with a piece of masking tape. You can use painter's tape. And I'm just gonna put it over the laser hole, man. Just looking where the red dot is. That's the area that we're aiming for. And then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna flip the switch to turn our red diode off because we don't need it. We're gonna test in 3 positions. We're gonna test in the upper left-hand corner, the bottom left-hand corner, and the far right, lower right-hand corner. Before we do that though, we wanna come over to our panel on the laser, check max power. It's set at 30%, that should be good. And then we're just gonna run our laser to left and up. Now, I found is you don't wanna go all the way up because you wanna be able to see it. So I just bring it out a little bit, and then we're gonna close our lid. And we're gonna press the pulse button, usually a couple of times. You just wanna see a little smoke come off of there. See this little dot right there? That's what you want. That's what you want in the first spot. We're gonna run the laser all the way down to the lower left, right about there. And then we want to pulse the laser again. So far, that's a pretty good result. If you're getting a double dot or an oval shape, that's when you're gonna adjust your second mirror. Now let's run down to the 3rd position. Pulse again. Next, we're gonna fire again. I feel like I'm seeing a ghosted second image. That right there is a double image. I fired this a couple more times just to make sure that I saw what I saw. That means that we're out of alignment the further we get away from our laser source. All right, in order to align our laser now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it probably about midline. Then we're gonna turn our red dot back on. Go ahead and close that. I'm gonna open the back again. My light. All right, and on the back of our main mirror, we have 3 screws. You got your top right, your bottom left, and your bottom right. Mine are color coded, but I don't know if they all are. The top one's red, the lower left is blue, and the lower right is brass. So the upper right is going to adjust the laser up and down. The lower left is going to adjust the laser left and right. And that 3rd screw I've always been told not to mess with. It messes with the angle of the mirror, and you really should be talking to a tech if you're messing with that one. So what I'm seeing is those last couple of pulses were high. So I'm gonna grab the upper right screw and turn it clockwise to bring it down. And then it also looks like we were firing a little bit to the right. So turn this to the left. Go ahead and fire that off again. By the way, you gotta close the back or hold fire. Try not to leave your light in there. All right, now, so you can see here, we're closer. Let me turn the light off. But I'm getting a little bit of a halo right over here. So let's try it again. And that right there is what you're looking for. There's no real deviation around that. Looks pretty damn good. Next, we want to check mirror 2. So mirror 1 is in the back. Mirror 2 is on the left-hand side of the laser. Mirror 3 is on the laser head. Just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna fire up pulse. Now we have a dot, we're gonna run it down the other end. And that is a good result. If it is not, if it's still off, you can adjust mirror 2 the same way you adjusted mirror 1. The 3 screws are in the same place and they do the exact same thing. To check the alignment of our third mirror, first, disconnect your air assist. If you don't, it's gonna blow it off the end. So just let that hang out for a minute. And then you're gonna take your tape, you're gonna put it on the end of your cone, but kind of mush it in there a little bit because you want to get kind of that ring around there too. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna fire this and we wanna make sure it's going straight down and it's not kind of deflecting off the sides of the cone or anything like that. Fire. Take a look. Okay. So as you can see, let's see if we can see it on here. Fortunately, my cone is a little dirty. So you can see that dot is almost right in the center, but it's not touching the edges of the cone, which is exactly what we want. In order to adjust this, your red is your up and down, and your blue is your left and right. And last, I'm gonna show you how to clean your lens. And it's not because it's necessarily like the last step you should do. I left it till the end of this video because this is something you should already be doing. You should be doing this way more than everything else I just did. If you don't know how to take this out, you undo this ring right here and pull the laser shaft out. Now, I don't know if you can see down there. This is kind of dirty. Okay. So we're gonna unscrew this. This is where you're gonna be very careful. Set your cone to the side. So it's recommended that you take the lens out. What you'll notice is sometimes if, like I've worked with a lot of acrylic, that acrylic will almost seal this thing closed. And I'm a little hesitant to like really force it open. So what I do instead is I clean it in the shaft. Also, it helps me remember which way the lens goes because if you put it in upside down, it won't work. Okay, so we're just using a little alcohol-y, little isopropyl. This is 99% isopropyl. And then to get down in the shaft, this guy will fit. And look at how dirty that is. But I have some longer swabs I like to work with just to really get in there. Mainly because like the majority of what gets dirty is around the edge, at least in my experience. And the round head of that Q-tip doesn't get in there very well. If you look, you can see all that dirt and gunk. And then I always like to come in and just kind of clean this up too, to make sure that the cone is clear going through. Always want to take a look inside your air assist. Just maybe clean that out a little bit. All right. So we're just gonna put these guys back together and we'll go ahead and reinstall them. And we're just gonna slide this guy back in here. Get on. Put our air assist back on. But wait, I forgot one thing, guys. You also want to make sure to clean all your mirrors. So mirrors are as follows. There's one in here. One right here, which is probably the easiest one to find. It's also the one that gets the dirtiest in my experience. And there's your first mirror, which is right here. I don't know if I can get you in there to see that. Trust me, it's there. Also, it doesn't hurt to clean the optic for your red diode. All right, now to find out if it was all worth it, right? So these are the keychains I'm doing. This is a new design, but see where the T and the E connect? And you can almost see a little divide right there. There should be more of a divide. It should more look like that. So I'm hoping what we just did is gonna take care of that and that's gonna clean that up. Because if not, I'm gonna slid on my settings and figure something out and I don't wanna do that. Fire the laser! All right, moment of truth. A little Ouch Mahal on there. Okay, to be 100% transparent, I wasn't happy with the second one. Even though you can kind of see the divide there, I felt like it just, design-wise, it needed to be a little further out. So I did go in and I bumped the horizontal kerning out. Can you see that little line there now? That's all I wanted. So bumping that out just a little bit, I think is exactly what I'm looking for. I also widened these lines a little bit. So this is a redesign. So I did these lines really thin, and you can see on both of these, you just can't see them very well. So I came in and I bumped them out a little bit more to make them a little bit more visible. All right. So there we go, new keychain design, hot off the press of a freshly aligned and cleaned, maintained laser.